Hello guys, I thought today would be a good day to do a little get ready with me slash fun facts. Get to know me a little more because it's been a while since I've done like a full all about me video, and I know I have a lot of new subscribers here, so I thought it'd be fun to just tell you a little more about myself. But first, let's go over what we're doing today. I'm gonna get my face ready for the day, and then I'm gonna fix my hair right after. So this is second day hair. I didn't wash it this morning, even though I love washing my hair. I love that clean feeling. I love the feeling of no product in my hair. But for second day hair and onwards, you're gonna need some dry shampoo and a lot of product. So let's do makeup first. It's gonna be a little weird because I've never really done this. Like, I need my mirror. The monitor on my camera, and I'm using my actual camera this time, it is kind of small from all the way back over here. So you might see me kind of move around and maybe down low, high up. And I don't even have my eyebrow. I do. We're just gonna go with it. So the first thing I like to do is take off my rings because they're nice rings and I don't want to get them dirty. So if you're new here, I'm not sure what brought you to my channel because I have like a variety of different things that I post about. So it could have been a Rothy's video, it could have been maybe my hair tutorials, or it could have even been my corgi videos. I have a playlist about my corgis called Biggie TV. Yes, I made that before we got Karma Girl, but the channel is for both of them. I don't know if you'll see Biggie walking around, but he's laying right over here, and then Karma's on that corner by the door. Regardless of how you ended up here subscribing to my channel, I am so thankful you did, and I'm happy you're here. Some of you might also have followed me from my time in Colorado, so I thought it'd be nice to go over my background a little in detail. I grew up an Air Force brat. My dad was Air Force. My mom is from the Philippines. A lot of people think I'm part Hispanic. I'm not. I'm part Filipino. Or Filipina, if you want to say that. I have lived in the desert for the majority of my life. When my dad retired from the Air Force, we moved overseas. I mean, we lived overseas before, but afterwards we moved to Saudi Arabia. So I was there. From 7th grade to high school graduation. I did go to a private American school. And before I came back to the States for college, I had only lived in the States for 5.5 years of my life. So I definitely had some of that culture shock when I came back here. So I went to the University of Arizona for college. Changed my major like 3 times because I just really wasn't sure. I started majoring in photography, switched to communication, and eventually switched to journalism. And I absolutely loved my time at U of A. It was the best 4 years of my life. So then I started working. I interned at a news station in Tucson and started working there before I graduated, worked behind the scenes. So I was in the studio, I was controlling the studio cameras, I was controlling the prompter, I was setting up shots, things like that. Never got to do audio. I was about to learn that, and then I got my first reporting job. So I moved to Texas. I was in West Texas, so I was working in Midland, Odessa, the Midland, Odessa area. No, I can't open this. It was literally the hardest compact I've ever had to open. And it makes me never want to buy this again. And it's new, so that's not very good. And then when I do open it, my nails dig into the powder. Just decided to switch powders altogether. I don't want to keep suffering, so I'm using the Smashbox Halo it's not translucent, but powder. So I worked in Texas for 1 year, 9 months. I know the exact length of time I was there because I absolutely hated my time there. It just, small towns aren't for me. I like having access to everything, and there just wasn't that much to do, but I did learn a lot there. Made like longtime friends. They're definitely forever friends that I made. But would I go back? Absolutely not. I was about to quit news because I was like, you know what? I hate it. I hate this. I'm always broke. Like, this job totally sucks. But then someone told me that, you know, you might not hate the job. You might hate the market that you're in, the city that you're in. So I said, okay, maybe you're right. Let me give it another shot. So then I got a job in Colorado Springs, Colorado. Ended up loving it there. First of all, it's a much bigger city. I had access to everything. I also made some longtime friends there, and that's where I actually met my husband. I moved around a lot in the newsroom. I went from general reporter to SoCo CW star / lifestyle reporter / host to account executive in the sales department, and then back to news because I was there for maybe like 4 months in sales. Then I went back to news as a digital reporter. Then all of a sudden, my husband says he got orders to Montana, and I was like, really? Montana is definitely a state I never ever expected to live in. I'm not the most outdoorsy, which you probably know if you follow me on this channel and you just know my interests. Like, it was definitely a big shock for me. So then I was like, I'm not moving to Montana unless there's a ring on my finger. And then he proposed like the last weekend before we left. He says he'd been planning it for a while though. Eyebrows are definitely a lot more difficult. When it comes to makeup, I really only splurge on like foundation, powders. I don't splurge on mascara really, even though I am using a NARS mascara. That's like my new fave now. But normally I just get drugstore mascara. I'll experiment with some high-end mascara, but that's pretty much it. And then of course like the bronzer and the blush, like yeah, I do go high-end for that. And then of course highlighter. So I think that the only things I get from the drugstore makeup-wise would be an eyebrow pencil and mascara. But I did try a really good makeup primer from NYX. So now that brings us to Montana. It is very different here from what I am typically used to. This is a smaller city, like much smaller compared to Midland, Texas. I used to call that a small town, but this is a tiny town where it feels like everybody knows everybody, and it's not really what I'm used to. And so when we came here, I decided, you know what, this is my chance to start fresh. So now here I work in marketing. That is my full-time job. So here's the NARS Climax mascara. I absolutely love this. I got it as a sample originally in one of my Sephora orders, and I just fell in love with it. I love that it's not wet. Like, there are two types of mascaras, right? There's either really wet or really dry, and I don't mean dry just from being old, but just like a dry mascara. And I feel like this is in between, because if mascara is too wet for me, it's really hard for me to work with and separate my lashes. And if it's too dry, then I can't build it up. But with this, it's so easy. It's like next level of Maybelline Stiletto if I had to compare it. Out, but if it came out a while ago, like, why did I not try this sooner, you know? So now I'll just add a tiny bit to my lower lashes, because like I said, it will run because it's not waterproof. I do like to use a drier mascara on my bottom lashes, but since I didn't bring that here with me for this video, I'm not gonna do it. Okay, so now, oh, I should probably put on some lip liner. So normally when I'm getting ready for work, I don't really put on a lipstick or a lip liner because I eat breakfast at work, or I'll drink an energy drink. But today I already ate breakfast. So just a little bit of lip liner. This is the Pillow Talk lip liner from Charlotte Tilbury that it seems like every blogger goes crazy over. I personally don't get the big deal. I mean, it's a nice color, but I'm not going crazy over it. I bought it, so I'm gonna use it up until it's gone. And then over that, I am putting on this Milk. It's like a, what do you call this? Lip and cheek tint. So just for some more color, I really like this blush set from, actually, where is this from? Patrick Ta. It has a cream blush and a powder blush. So face is done. Now let's do my hair, but I've got makeup all over my hands, so let me just wash my hands real quick and then we'll get started on hair. And I think I want to do a wavy hairstyle today. All right, I am back. And now that my makeup's done, I can put my rings back on. Here we go. So here's how my hair looks. Basically right when I wake up, because I did not brush it at all. But you can see it's looking a little greasy. So back to more about me as I continue to get ready. This is like my favorite dry shampoo ever. I recently bought this and I'm like, why didn't I make the switch earlier? I've heard Bumble and Bubble is a great brand, but I never used any of their products. It takes away all the oils and it actually lasts for like several days in your hair. So this has actually allowed me to go multiple days without feeling the need to wash my hair. And because I feel like other dry shampoos, they work, but they only work for like a day and then your hair is just greasy again. This actually holds up. So definitely a fan. Anyways, so yeah, met my husband in Colorado and he is in the Air Force. It's actually kind of hard to multitask when I'm trying to focus on making sure I get all areas covered in my hair. So just give me a sec. We actually spent a lot of time in Colorado and I never thought I would miss it as much as I do right now. But yeah, I really do miss it. I like that there's diversity. I like that there's things that I like over there. I like that there's a good mix of shopping and the outdoors. So we've been married for over a year now. We hit on our 1 year anniversary. We actually went on our honeymoon cruise. We waited a year so that we could save and plan more. So we went on a cruise to the Eastern Caribbean. That was our second cruise through Carnival. Our first cruise was to the western side of the Caribbean. And it was so much fun. I would say my favorite stop was St. Thomas. It was just so pretty. I actually want to remove my rings again because I do want to quickly mention these two products make the biggest difference in my waves. So this is the Dream Big Volumizing Mousse and the Braid Balm. I'm going to go with this first and then put this over my hair once it dries a little bit. Both from Beachwaver, and I do have discount codes for both of these products. Well, I mean, it's the same discount code, but it works on everything. So it goes through my roots. I actually don't know if I should have done this first or before the dry shampoo, but I think usually what I do is do the dry shampoo first and then go in with this. I have done this multiple times on second day hair and it works just as good with freshly washed hair, which is a shock to me, really. I'm going to turn on my Beachwaver. This is the B1 Beachwaver. I want it on the low heat setting because I'm not looking for super tight waves. So I actually never talked about where I'm from. That was the hardest question growing up because when you're living overseas, not just in Saudi Arabia, but you know, we were an Air Force family, so we moved every few years. And the biggest question was, where are you from? I actually don't know where I'm from. So where am I from? Well, I was born in California, but I say I'm from Arizona because that is the last state we lived in before we moved overseas, like to Saudi Arabia for a long while. When people ask me where I'm from here, I don't know. I kind of do a mixed answer. I say, well, we moved here from Colorado, but I'm originally from Arizona. Even though I'm really not. Like, I don't know. It's a tough question. Okay, my hands are pretty sticky. I just gotta wash them again. If you started following me from my time in news, the following facts might sound familiar. My favorite food are French fries. I love French fries. I think they're just so good. I just really love potatoes, but French fries, oh, for sure. I love seeing old historic places. So I'm not one for hiking, but I will definitely visit like an old ancient historic place. I will, however, hike for photos. One place I hope to visit, like on the top of my list, Egypt. I really want to go to Egypt. I love ancient Egypt. That was so fun to learn about. video on the Beachwaver if you haven't seen it yet. I have a comparison between this and the cheese spin and curl, and just an overall review on the Beachwaver itself. There we go, much better. Oh my god. I just realized I didn't even use heat protectant spray. Oh my god. In every video I share with you guys, I always say, always use heat protectant spray. I think I was just distracted with talking to you guys. This is very unacceptable for me. And this is heat protectant spray. I need hairspray. Depending on how I feel tomorrow, I might use this hairstyle. That's why I like to use a little bit of hairspray. So this is the final look. Look at that lift right there. I never really get that lift, so it's always exciting when it does happen. It's from Lulu's. It's got a little slit on the sides. And I think it's just perfect. I just love it. I will also link this outfit below, but there you go. That's my little fun facts, and get ready with me. I hope you enjoyed this video, and subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you in the next one.